joins us on the phone. Linda, welcome back.
Hey, Paul. So glad to be on with you.
I'm glad that you're here. Hey, I heard that you got called lazy or indirectly got called lazy today on the Senate floor because you wanted a bill to pass that would have required the government for every one regulation they passed to cut two of them. And I think it was a great bill. Tell me, why did Senator Jeremy Hutchinson decide to say that your bill was lazy?
Well, obviously, there were some other political things that happened, so you have to factor all those things. Pretty offensive, but, you know, I was ready to let him have a vote on his voting record, and about the same with the others. If they want to say they're about transparency, if they want to say that they're about good government, and they all talk about regulations, and they heard the cost, the enormous cost of doing business and how it really hurts businesses 50 employees and under. I mean, it's just an extreme high amount, and I don't have those numbers standing in front of me, Paul. As you know, I've just come out of the Capitol. And so, but I can tell you, you know, why he would speak against that bill. I think it's probably more to do with politics than anything, because it doesn't make sense. And so the bill did fail. And he, you know, like I said, it's pretty offensive to call someone late within the job. We allow our agencies can clean them up. They can recommend those bills that they think that they can do without. I mean, those regulations. So it's frustrating, you know, sometimes when you see that kind of stunts pulled and. But
after the allegations were made, this is the account that we got from Josh Waters earlier. And I understand Senator David Sanders went down front and said that your approach was not a lazy approach. I just think, what are we in grade school? Is that the best Jeremy Hutchinson can do? But anyway, after people got done speaking for or against this really good bill, Senator Jim Hendren, the other governor's nephew, decided to motion for immediate consideration, not letting you go down and respond to the false accusations. And I just think, wow, what a team. I mean, between Asa and nephew number one and nephew number two, I mean, they really want to control things.
Well, it was interesting. If you'd have been inside the chamber area in the gallery, you certainly wondered what was going on. And just some political maneuvering. Senator Hutchinson has refused to let bills out of the Judiciary Committee, people wanting them signed out because he would cancel meetings, and he would make sure that the members were not present. Maybe they were absent. Maybe they were out of the chamber to present a bill. And so Senator Hutchinson would only offer certain bills to be heard while their votes were gone. The members were gone and would vote for bill. So maybe, who knows, maybe that has something to do with it.
You know, he's a liberal. Jeremy Hutchinson is a liberal. He's not a conservative, and so he doesn't want anything conservative passed. But then you look at other Republicans. I feel like it is politics, because I don't think they want a true conservative like you, Linda, to show them up. I don't think Jim Hendren wants a true conservative like you to actually shine. But you did have a great moment today. Tell me about SB 726 to amend Arkansas law concerning prohibited appearances by legislators. Tell me about that. I heard that did you pull it right out of committee?
Yes, you know, that's an ethics bill, and I was very, very surprised at the comments made in that committee. And by the way, I think someone's already posted those on Facebook somewhere. And I can tell you that I was very surprised for that bill to fail, because we have spent so much time on ethics laws and rules trying to make sure the people have voted, you know, Amendment 3, you know, on the issue 3 on the ballot. I mean, they did it themselves statewide and wanted ethics reform. And so I'm very surprised that anyone would vote against attorneys having to abide by the same laws and ethics rules that myself or other legislators have to abide by.
So tell me about it. So it failed at the state agencies committee. Is that where it was?
Yes, and out of fairness to Senator Hester, when I mentioned that to him, that he voted against that bill, he said, well, I misunderstood. I thought it was already the law.
Yeah.
And so I'll tell you that he did the right thing, and he signed the bill out of committee along with other members that voted for the bill. And we do what we do at the end of session. If you sign it out and your chairman agrees to it, then you can get your bill to the floor. And that's exactly what we did. We followed the process.
So you got it to the floor. It passes the Senate with 21 yeas, 1 nay, 11 non-votes. And the one nay here is Senator Trent Garner, and he's on state agencies, so I imagine you know what his objections were to this bill. And first of all, tell us what the bill, again, to amend Arkansas law concerning prohibited appearances by legislators and to amend a portion of the law resulting from initiated Act of 1988, Act 1. Practically, what does that mean, Linda, in layman's terms?
Well, if I pass a bill or try to pass legislation and get monetary gain, I can't do that. I mean, you just can't do that. However, the attorneys have been protected. And so why are they protected? If they have a client that hires them to get a bill passed.
Yes.
And we have heard people say that. Trust me, we've heard them say, my client, this is, so if that's the case, there should be laws against them in their practice from using their practice as a way to lobby.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. So is Trent Garner an attorney?
He's a non-practicing attorney, as he stated in committee.
Okay.
But yet he was the vocal person, the attorney in the room, to say that this shouldn't happen. And actually, many of us were very surprised by his comments. I hope he reconsiders his comments over the weekend. He's also the only nay. Even Senator Hutchinson, who was in the room along with Senator Hendren while the bill was being presented, did not vote no. Now, there was a lot of effort for me not to even get my amendment on, to be on the bill. And the bad part about that is we just said we've got to be courteous and let people get their amendments on the bill.
Yeah.
And I think one person, Senator Clark, mentioned something like it's kind of hypocritical, isn't it, that we're not letting her get her amendment on? I mean, so anyhow, I will give it to, I appreciate Senator Dismayne and to the members of the state agencies, and especially to Senator Hester and others who saw that this is an ethics bill. It needs to be handled.
Yeah.
And that attorneys should not have this protection. It's like I told Senator Garner, when you take this job, I knew how far it was from the Capitol. I knew how wide my district was. I knew how hard it was going to be. But if I take money to get a bill passed, there's going to be all kinds of charges filed against me. Mm-hmm. But an attorney does that, and we say nothing.
Well,
that attorney can refrain from practicing or asking for a bill to be passed.
And you can make this broader. We're talking with Senator Linda Collins Smith. You can even make this broader, and you still get the same result, because John Woods has been indicted for, take Mike Neal, for example. He pled guilty to, this scheme using GIF money. Essentially, Michael Lamoureux did the same thing, but it was slightly different because he took the money as an attorney, as a consultant fee with his law firm. So, and that was perfectly legal. And so you're exactly right. Linda Collins Smith, you're a business owner. If you run a bill and get monetary gain out of it, there's going to be some issues, but you have attorneys that carry bills for their clients because they're state representatives or state senators, and it's perfectly legal. It's kind of the same thing, don't you think?
I do, and that's why I said we have to have some laws to protect people. The people don't know that this has gone on before. And I'm not saying that every attorney has done that. I'm just saying that they've received a pass for too long to get hired and lobby for their clients. So they're either lobbyists or they're taking monetary gain wrongfully. I mean, there's even, what are the criminal charges? What would that be? If, so I really think our ethics to change this, and, I visited with the ethics director, was there afterwards, and, this needs to pass for the people. Attorneys should have to follow the same laws we do.
And you know what? I don't know why an attorney would disagree with that.
I don't either, but we sure had some today.
Oh my goodness! Oh well, that's great. I mean, so it seems like we have. I mean, you had to set back with the morning bill, but this was a bill that you were to pull right out of state agencies committee, or actually you got 5 people to sign it, and so you're saying Bart Hester was one of the ones that signed it for you.
I explained to him that this ethics bill, there are all kinds of laws against crime and criminal activity, but we need this bill it will also bring attention to other attorneys. You need to be mindful of what you are doing. People have known before, and maybe they have a right to file charges against you, but this would bring attention that attorneys need to be very careful who they represent when they're carrying that bill.
Okay. Well, I just want to say, go ahead.
Would fight it, I don't know. I'm sorry. And why anyone would fight this looks like they would want to be above reproach.
Okay. All right. Well, Senator Linda Conn-Smith, I so appreciate you coming on the program, and I appreciate your hard work. I appreciate that you are a true conservative, and keep fighting down there. I know we got about another week of this, and I'm sure I'll see you down there next week.
I look forward to it, Paul. Please keep up the good work.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Linda. Appreciate it. Folks, earlier in the week, we covered a story about, and in this video, it's been kind of made the rounds, the YouTube clip of this, what was it called? ACE's Plant Board Power Grab.